everybody, welcome back. Today's kind of like a throwback for me. September 17th, National Monte Cristo Day. Haven't had one of these in probably over 20 years. One of my first restaurant jobs I used to work in was a diner, way back in the late 80s, sometime, yeah, late 80s, yeah, early 90s, somewhere around there. And that was the first time I had ever had one. I'd seen it a million times serving it, and I always was like, yeah, I don't know, it looks kind of weird to me. I don't know, it was a weird thing. All it is really is French toast with some turkey, ham, and melted Swiss over the top. But the thing that made it weird for me was, or that I thought was weird, was that they put maple syrup over the top of it, like pancakes, and I thought, oh, that how does that work? You know what? It's really freaking good. I'm surprised I haven't had one in over 20 years. That's how much I really enjoyed it back in the day. Anyway, it's not really a recipe to follow for this. I mean, you know, as far as ingredients, I mean, you make it how you want. There's so many different versions if you go online. So there's no like, this is the only real Monte Cristo thing. I mean, you do whatever the heck you want. As far as, you know, how you want to make yours. Sometimes they make it as or it seems like the most popular one is like a closed sandwich. Like they basically make a stuffed French toast, because it's basically like French toast, the bread part of it. They make a stuffed French toast with the ham and the Swiss, or turkey, or, you know, you can use American cheese. I've seen all different versions of this. But they make it like a closed sandwich, and then they dunk it, and then they fry it, or deep fry it even, like that, and then when they take it out and they slice it and everything's melted inside, but it's kind of closed, and it's got that French toasty batter on the outside of it. So you can do it like that if you want. The way I had it way back in the day was an open-faced sandwich, and that's what we're doing today, because I really like the way that comes out like that, because then you stick it under the broiler and you really melt that Swiss cheese, and you really get that, you know, kind of semi-burnt, crusty, melted Swiss on the top. You know what I mean? It's all bubbly and browned a little bit, and that's what we want. Okay, so I couldn't find like thick French toast bread today, which is what you kind of want to use. So I found this challah bread. Is that how they pronounce it? It's an egg bread, but it's nice and thick, or it's a whole loaf, so I'm going to slice it as thick as I want. But see, I want this nice thick bread here. Because we're doing it open face, that's going to be perfect for us to just cut a thick slice as thick as we want it. Here I have some eggs. I have like 2 eggs and a little bit of milk that I just beat together. I'm going to soak this in there, just like you're making French toast. I have a little bit of vegetable oil in my pan here, very, very thin layer of vegetable oil, because we're going to want to fry this, or pan fry it. Like I said, you could deep fry it, but we're not going to break out a whole deep fryer just for that, and fill the whole thing with oil. Okay, so just make sure you give this a good soak in the egg mixture and let it really just kind of soak up that egg. I'm going to do 2 of them today, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot of egg. And then right into your pan, okay? And just let that cook up, alrighty? So I'm going to do that with 2 slices, and we'll be back to assemble our Monte Cristo and get it into our broiler, okay? So I'll show you how we do that. Okay, so there's, on a cookie sheet, I put my 2 nice pieces of French toast here. And now what you're going to do is take your cold cuts. We have ham, turkey, and Swiss cheese. So I'm just going to layer some ham on these first. Just kind of fold them in half. 2 slices on each. I mean, because you're going to fold it in half. You don't have to go crazy and pile your meats all up here. Some nice fresh sliced turkey. Do the same thing, just kind of fold it in half. Now make sure you're using turkey, not turkey roll, because you want to make sure you get a nice flavor out of this, okay? Like that. Okay, we'll just spread these out. And then the final thing, you just put some nice Swiss cheese over the top, like that. Okay. Perfect. And now this is going to go into our broiler, which is on. And we're going to melt this and get it all nice and bubbly and brown and everything else. Okay? And then we'll be back to plate this up, get out some maple syrup, because you got to do maple syrup with this one. It's the only way to eat it. And give this one a try today. Fast show, but that's okay. It's a kind of a throwback with this Monte Cristo. Alrighty? Be back in a bit. Alrighty. There it is. Look at that. Look at that beautiful Monte Cristo, huh? Now we got our syrup. And you just pour some of that over the top of your Monte Cristo. Oh, I can't wait to eat this thing today. Like I said, haven't had one in about 20 plus years. So I'm looking forward to this one today. It's got a nice piece of that there. Oh, look at that. Look. Gotta get you a close-up of that. Look at that with the ham and the turkey. And that melted Swiss all over the top. Beautiful French toast on the bottom. All right, let's give this one a try today. Got to make sure you get everything in your bite here. It's going to be hot. It just came out of the broiler. That is so freaking good. I got to make this more often. I forgot how much I love this sandwich. You get this nice salty sweet with the ham and the syrup, and then the flavor of the cheese with this thick egg bread. Oh my God, this is such a great sandwich, such a classic. Now, like I said, there's a million variations on this sandwich. You don't have to do the syrup if you don't want to. A lot of people do use like a jelly, you know, like either a currant jelly, something I guess different that goes with this. If you kind of like those flavors, I don't know about. See, now that I never tried. See, I should have tried that today. A piece of this with some kind of a jelly, because I've never tried that version of it. And I'd be curious to see. I thought the syrup thing was weird back in the day, but maybe a currant jelly would really put this thing over the top. I don't know. I like it just the way it is, though. Alrighty, so it's Monte Cristo Day, so make sure you get out there and get one. Every diner's got this on their menu in Jersey, so easy to find. If you don't want to do a Monte Cristo today, it's also Apple Dumpling Day. But we've been doing so many desserts, and especially the apple ones and everything else. And with fall coming, I'm sure I'm going to have a million more to do. So I didn't want to waste today on Apple Dumpling Day when I could have had a Monte Cristo, which is exactly what I'm having. Alrighty, so we'll see you all tomorrow, everybody. Cheeseburger Day. Got to come up with something really good for this one. I can't just make a cheeseburger. We all know how to make a cheeseburger. So this is going to have to be a really good cheeseburger for the show. Alrighty, see you then.